Peace, family. How are you guys? How are you guys? I miss you. I miss you guys. I came through real quick, right? Let me make sure I'm straight here because I'm relaxing, chillaxing. So, check this out, right? I want you guys to know, just in case you're not aware, as we speak, those wild hyenas is on their way back down to the White House, right? So, uh, tomorrow when you wake up, right? Be vigilant. If before you might be going outside and thinking shit going, not doing the knowledge of what tomorrow is. But tomorrow is January 6th, part 2 down there at the White House. They're going to see Biden again at the White House. You know what I mean? So I want brothers and sisters to be safe, be careful, right? It is what it is. Stand back and stand by. Long as nobody don't put their hands on us. All right, man. Everybody stay above ground for another day. The way I feel about it, right? But things are just getting out of order around this place, peace, right? And then I was looking at how they doing them Haitians. Like how Biden talking about he gonna send all them Haitians back home. Bought all them goddamn Afghanistan. Pardon me for cursing. I don't mean to curse, but brought all those Afghan Taliban children of the terrorists over here by the plane loads. But he going down there to Texas, and they took the drones and the cameras away from that area as they deport the Haitians. Listen, he don't have no authority and control to tell people, President, my behind. People got to stop looking at this crypt keeper, right? Like he really got some kind of power and authority to pick and choose who he want to come in this country and who he doesn't want to come in this country. As a matter of fact, everything he's doing is against the Constitution. He should have been impeached a long time ago. If we start signing a petition to impeach him, I definitely would sign it. And I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, and he, you know what I mean, is not. He's a traitor, right? But all that's going to backfire on him. I was kind of hot with that. Like, what's your game plan and what's your motive? You got all those uh you don't even they ain't even vet them. They don't even know. Then they bought mumps into this country, right? They talking about that stuff that you know what, but they ain't say nothing about they bought them biblical viruses in here, the mumps and stuff in here. Ain't no telling them what else they bought in here along with them when they got over here, right? Yeah, well, I'm gonna build on that a little bit. I just wanted to come through real quick and tell y'all about, be mindful just in case you aren't aware of those wild hyenas going down to DC. Matter of fact, they might be already there. And I'm saying that because you want to be safe in your travels coming up north in the Northeast, right? North or south, you want to be safe because you don't know what these people are up to. I don't, but to be honest, yeah, I like when they went up there the first time. Yeah, they was talking about Black Lives Matter. Yeah, it was a bunch of white supremacists. Yeah, yeah, they was with violence. But to be honest, they went up there to see Biden. They going up there to see Biden and Kamala and some men about some mules. Right? That's what's going on there. That ain't our business. That's on them. But see, here's the deal. This is the reason why he brought them Afghans back, right? This is what he going to do. Right, because he's there. I was just listening to the news. They say he ready. I said, I bet you he is, because a lot of those Taliban's, right, or whatever you want to call them, Afghans that they brought over here, the ones that betrayed their own country. Now they got them over here, to be chameleons over here. You don't know which ones is right and exact, which ones is just pure devil. It doesn't even matter to us because all of this is in God's plan, right? But here's the deal. See, white people, right? I'm gonna check y'all too, right? Black people, y'all, we already been knew we was at war, you know. But white people, let me tell you something. Y'all have set yourselves up, right, in a web of your own deception. Now here's the deal. Biden already knows he can't trust black people because we damn sure don't trust him anymore, except for them little bootlicks he got here, there, and everywhere sprinkled around him, acting like black people like him. He know majority of us ain't fucking with him like that, right? That's why they keep calling themselves targeting us with the foolishness, but they can miss us with it. I got another thing on that too. I'm gonna speak about that before I let y'all go. I'm sorry for moving fast, but I'm tired. But I want to get, when these downloads come to me, I like to just go ahead and get them out the way, right? So here's what I want to let it be known, right? Because I told y'all the beginning of this year, even what I was noticing, right? Even in January the 6th, when they were at the White House, right? And they had those soldiers that they popped up out of the middle of nowhere, right? A lot of them were Asians. Did y'all do the knowledge to that? And did you hear what I said? A lot of those soldiers they had on that ground that after January 6th, when I was looking, I was like, damn, it's a lot of Asians in this military, right? So yeah, they're gonna sit. We gonna go there, white people, cause y'all slow too. Y'all slow to the goddamn party, white Americans. Y'all slow, right? So here's the deal. We already know the Asians. They got the Asians in them RoboCop suits. That's why you can't see their face and all that shit, right? And if you really think about it, Black Lives Matter too. I kept saying where they get all these people from, right? And when a lot of them when you saw them, they were in them RoboCop uh, police uniforms too, right? See, they're foreigners. They're foreigners, and here's the deal. They just bought those Afghans over here. Isn't it kind of strange? They bought them over here. Guess where they sent them? First place they sent them was the military base. You know why they sent them there? Because they don't trust the white military anymore, right? So they sending them over here, and then when especially watch tomorrow, when they go down to D.C., you will be thinking that they regular white or black military, right? But the majority of them gonna be foreigners. Those people, them ones that's coming down there to mow their ass down on that lawn like grass getting cut. I'm almost certain, right, that the majority of that military, right, is Latin, right, Asians, right, and they're new add on the Taliban, the Afghans. They're taking foreigners, right? They have went. That's why Joe Biden was so quick to rush all of those people in here the way they did. Now he gonna arm them, right? He's gonna arm them because he's a traitor. He's been a traitor to this country. He's gonna arm them to murder y'all. Soon as the first shot lick off down there, trust me, y'all gonna be murdered by Taliban's, Asians, and Latins. See, and you could quote me on it because if they weren't, let me tell you something. If they weren't foreigners underneath those helmets where you can't even see their eyes in that uniform, right? You can't even see their face in them uniforms because they not us. That's not our military. Okay? And y'all should already know after they already said that the majority of them January 6th that was involved with DC, right, were white military. So they don't trust y'all no more. So y'all don't even think that that's going to be y'all comrades and y'all co-defendants in them military uniforms, and they gonna be with you because that's gonna be the most deadliest mistake you ever make in your life, right? Yes, indeed, Mr. Biden should be impeached and go for war crimes and treason because he has used military foreigners in the military. First of all, according to the Constitution, you cannot go and get foreigners from another country, right? And bring them in this country legally, and then make them legal for political gain. That's against the Constitution. Strike one out of the 1 million strikes that he has against him, right? I'm just trying to tell y'all what's gonna happen. Y'all go down there, and protest. You want? But I'm telling you, the first shot lick off, you're gonna be murdered by one of them Taliban's, Afghans, wherever you want to call it. You're gonna be murdered by one of them Asians, or them Latins that they done brought in this country to assassinate us all. You understand? See, some people Yeah, y'all be people be claiming that they be doing the knowledge. I don't know. You know, people think they all wise and civilized, but I pay attention to everything. I've been wanting to put that out there. Like I said, even with Black Lives Matter, which was democratic, right? If you paid attention, a lot of them military, them people that had them uniforms and shit on, you couldn't see their face. Why you could, you could see when y'all go out there in y'all little police uniforms in them in your cities and states with that military equipment, right? At least we see y'all face. We know y'all white people, right? We know y'all white supremacists. However, when you go back and look at Black Lives Matter all last year, and I'm almost guarantee you. As a matter of fact, it's gonna be some Africans sprinkled in there too, right? They got foreigners that's getting ready to murder y'all in this country, and nobody is paying it no attention, right? Ain't paying it no attention. But that's what's popping. That's exactly what's popping with Mr. Crypt Keeper, right? But see, it's all in God's plan because all that shit right there gonna backfire either way it goes. So whatever, don't let me tell you, right? He keep on targeting us with that you know what. But here's the deal. I went to the U.S. Census, right? Two things that we want to let him and Fauci know that we do our study and research too, right? And we'll take your own weapons that you tried to form against us and use them to decapitate you, right? So here's the deal. I was on the U.S. I was on the statistics, right? Credible source. I was on the statistics, right, showing you COVID deaths by race, right? And I found it kind of think that 69% of white Americans are dying from COVID. Now, on ours, it says 15%, right? Latins, to be honest, white Latins is right behind white people. Remember, they bring them all in this country as if they're going to be the next rulers, but them white Latins share the same blood as these European Latins because a lot of them aren't nothing but Europeans anyway that speak Latin, right? So their numbers is right behind Caucasian white Americans. Y'all numbers is so high, it's mind-boggling, right? But your president want to keep on playing with us, talking about, this is a pandemic. You know what's right, said the unvacations and all that kind of stuff, right? Say it's a pandemic for that, and then they try to tell that lie about we're being disproportionately uh, 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 killed or dying from this, right? So here's the deal: if that's the case, then we know the percentage of how many of y'all dying, right? Well, them, I'm not going to say y'all, but those devils that deserve to die, all them wicked ones, that's the ones, the Most High, God, wherever the universe is taken up out of here, and we know it, right? So here's the deal. I went there, 69% of white Europeans in this country, right, is dying from COVID. And then white Latins is behind them, right? And then we come a little bit, 15%. That's still, even with a minority. Here's the deal. How we know that's a lie, even that percentage for black people in this country is a lie. I'm going to tell you how it's a lie. I'm going to tell you how I figured out it's a lie. Because when you go to the U.S. Census, right, and you go to statistics, right, the statistics for the census for this year right here, this year, 2021, right? What we see from your own European Dr. Fauci lying, and CDC and all these other uh, demons, right? That's sitting here trying to tell us them lies and put all that fear in us, but we fear no man but God. They best know that, right? They best know that, and no weapons formed against us is going to prosper. Every time they try to do something to us, the Lord reveals, right? We living in revelations and judgment all in one breath, and they know it. Everything they doing right now is backfiring on them. And here's the deal. because I gotta go. I'm gonna say this, and I gotta go. Right? I want y'all to be safe too. I'm telling you what's going on here. Oh, I got one more thing to tell you after this, and I'm out. So here's the deal. According to the U.S. Census, right, we know for an actual fact that Europeans' numbers, your population has went down so fast. Y'all went from like y'all dropped like 25% depopulation, right? Within the last year, since COVID started. Y'all already down 25%, so 75%, because y'all was 75% of this population. Now you down to 50 something percent, right? And then you got the Latins, right? And then you got we right there. But here's the deal with that. If we were dying the way they said we was dying, right? Then why are we still at 12%? If we're dying, we're disproportionately. I'm not saying that we're not dying from that. You know what, right? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if that was the case when we got the bureau, the census thing, right? Just like your numbers went from 75 to 25, shouldn't ours went from like 12 to like 8%, something like that? But that ain't what happened. Go to census and do the knowledge. See, the devil is a lie, and we already know he a lie. You ain't gonna play with us. Not like that. You know what I mean? Listen, what's going on now, right? People sitting in the hellfire, and they want to take us along with them, but we ain't going, right? But we definitely gonna watch you with some popcorn. Gonna get us some popcorn and watch, right? You perish naturally. We ain't even got to touch you, and whatever COVID don't get, you know what I mean? Uh, nature gonna get anyway. You know I'm in Delaware, right? And that storm came through here, and I've been telling people, y'all know, I've been doing videos, right, since the beginning of this year. So I've been doing videos and telling people, warning people, these rivers gonna flood. These rivers gonna flood. Guess what happened? It flooded out. So when it flooded out here, right? Here go white supremacists, and here go demonic Biden, right? He showed all of them videos of the little hood over there down by the river. It's called Riverside. So yeah, they got flooded. But what he didn't show is out there where they stay at, right? You couldn't even drive. You couldn't get through the roads, right? They was flooded out too. And not only was they flooded out, they had probably like 4 or 5 tornadoes since last year. That tornadoes is eating them up over there in our promised land, right? So wherever COVID don't get rid of, uh, those rivers gonna flood them out, right? And those tornadoes is tearing them up. They ain't talking about it. They want to keep on putting it on us. They want to keep the focus off of them because they don't want to. It's war, right? But see, you ain't warring with us. You warring with uh, that which created us, right? That's now rolled down, rolled the scroll down, and serving you uh, justice and karma on a cold dish. No weapons anymore formed against us going to prosper. Everything they do is coming out. It's like this. It's like somebody walking up on the stage, butt naked, right? And they talking, right? And they talking like they got some clothes on, but don't even realize they naked, right? And they talking to you, you sitting here like, do you know you naked? So that's how their technology is nowadays. It's like you don't think we read through that? You don't think we saw that? See, Biden thought he was smart. He thought that he could go in there and be a fancy language white supremacist, right? As if we couldn't read through the line. See, here's the deal. Trump already went through we already dragged him to hell. Our ancestors, we saw all of that last year in 2020 vision, right? Our ancestors dragged him to hell and back. Then what they did was made him go in the White House and infect the whole White House, right? And then Biden, he just is, listen, you some people don't realize this stuff right here is like watching a movie or watching a play. So next on up, next a play that's coming up, right? It's gonna be the Kamala and Joe Biden play. And see, we already see what happened to Trump. Imagine what the Most High, the Creator, uh, the universe, or whatever you want to call it. Because some of us don't believe there's no mystery God. You know what I mean? Soul control this, right? When we off, this planet is off, right? When we throw shit out there, it comes back the way we want it to come back. Whether it's light as a feather or hard as a brick, right? So here's the deal. Um, here's the deal. That's what's going on now, right? And it ain't nothing you can do about it. Their time is up. They've been on this planet 6,666 years. 466 years they've been in the wilderness of North America doing what they've done to us, right? So now the Creator, the Most High, the universe, whatever you want to call it, right, is going to pull it them on them. Ain't no getting ready to. It's already happening. So as they go and kicking and screaming and trying to take as many of us out with them. We ain't going out with you. We're going to sit back on the sideline. We don't care what happened. Don't touch us though. You know what I mean? So like I said, what that don't get and nature don't get. And here's another thing. These Palestinians, these Afghanistans, if you read the Bible, right, if you go in the Bible in the Quran, right, when God sent, they're known as the angels of death, right? So when something happened, right, it's kind of amazing. They sit right next to Pakistan, right, and when God used to send out his soldiers, angels of death, to kill off pharaohs and things of that nature, right? Those who went against the laws and the grain. He would send the Afghans out, right? He would send the Afghans, he would send the Palestinians and the Pakistanians, things of that nature. Now, they done brought them all in this country. And a lot of them ain't vetted. Right? So, listen, even if they are vetted, even if they help them, that doesn't mean that all these people, you cannot tell me all these thousands of people that they brought over here, all of them are going to come here and work for the greater good of white supremacy. That ain't happening. Remember, they done been over there for 20 years murdering their ancestors. Some of them going to come to their senses, right? And it's going to be like the 4th of July for days and days and days in this country, I'm telling you. Right? Warning you now. So with all of that being said, here's what happened today too. Here, my cat. Me and my daughter, right, we went to the mall. We was on our way to the mall, right? So, when we was at the mall, we getting ready to turn. So the cops was right there. First, we seen all these helicopters in the sky. We said, what's going on? Right? So we get ready to turn in the mall, and the cops had the mall blocked. So we was like, can we get in the mall? It's like, no, no. So we start driving through, kept going through by the mall. It was so many cops. It was hundreds of cops in the mall parking lot, right? And then there was 3 helicopters over top of our head. So come to find out, there was an active shooter in the mall, right? So I did do a little video of that earlier. But things getting crazy. Here's the deal. I was over across the street from there, the mall, right? At the Wawa, we was all talking right there, right? And what I didn't know is that that was the 3rd time this year that mall had an active shooting. Right? It's in the suburbs here in Wilmington. See, they don't want to talk about stuff like that. If they get a chance to try to bury stuff like that happening out in the suburb hoods, they will. But I be on it. I don't miss it. You know what I mean? I be where the universe, deals with everything in due time, right? So it was a reason why I was out there to see that today. But people are losing their minds, and then he done cut off unemployment, and then they cut off the evictions about to come on these houses and stuff too. Y'all better get y'all mind right in this country, right? Lord time coming, right? So much more I could say and build on you guys, but I just wanted to get all of that downloaded information out for you guys, right? I'm getting ready to start coming back here, but I'm busy. I'm still on Facebook, retarded stuff, but I'm gonna get off of there because it's draining me, and I'm in school still. I'm gonna go ahead and become the doctor, no matter what goes on. If I keep my health and strength, and it is what it is because I'm still gonna strive for that. I'm doing well in it too. I finally got my topic, what I'm gonna write about, right? And I want to stay focused, stay positive, but as Mother Earth, I have a job to do, right? One job, one part is teach people how to be all wise and civilized, regardless of whom or what, color, race, creed, right? That's what an earth does, right? And second, we're in a new age, so those of us who do outlast the onslaught, we have to be in a position, right, to lead, right, this new world or this new generation or this new age, right, by example. So we're really in a historical time, right, where everybody should already be in a position, right, to lead. All these followers, too many followers out here. I don't like it. I be looking like, wow, y'all really like follow. Ain't nobody got to follow you. Leaders lead. Leaders don't want no followers. Right? You supposed to be a leader. You ain't got listen, I don't want nobody. Listen, I don't want nobody following me. I don't even really like I don't like my cat following me. Right? My grandbabies, even my children, I always taught them, have your own mind. Think for yourself. You know what I mean? I'm your mother, but at the same time, I give you wisdom. But it's up to you to draw it up, right, and come to your own understanding of how you want things to be. So stop listening to all these people. I just like, what's up with all this? Like Kwame say, go along, get along, gang. I agree with him. It's too many of this gang stuff, right? If you here to do the work, do the work. Well, you don't need no. If you a leader, if you really a good leader, right? If you really a good leader, the last thing you gonna be talking about or worrying about is who following you. You know that, right? I don't care who follow me. I just go out there, put the message out. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, right? You can take it or leave it alone. I ain't looking for no flock, right? I'm not a shepherd, and I don't want no sheep around me, right? I want to be with the lions, right? Not no sheep. So be careful out here, right? Because another thing I noticed, like, many are called, a few were chosen, right? And those who's chosen chose it themselves, right? This is something you can't buy this, right? You cannot buy what we have. It's most definitely not something you can buy. I'll be listening to people talk. I'll be listening to little talking points. I'll be like, okay, you got that from such and such. You got that from such and such. You got that from such and such. Then they be trying to take mathematics, Elijah Muhammad's teachings, Noble Drew Ali, Malachi. They be putting all that shit, trying to put all that, pardon me for cursing, all that stuff into one, and it just sounds whack, right? I hate the word overstand. It to me, it's like ghetto, right? Because we don't you know what I mean? We're taught don't talk over people's heads. You know what I mean? Talk to the head. See, I'm not gonna be Professor Tweedle J. Landon talking to somebody, talking to a crowd of people who some may be well versed and well educated, while others might not even have a sixth grade level of understanding. So what I do, I talk to the head. I don't talk over the head, right? And that's a new thing. That thing just I used to I couldn't stand. It's here the Ross has said all the time. I'm like, what is it? Do you understand? No. If you say understand, Yeah, that's a level. That's a level. That's leveling. You know what I mean? That's still not above the head. When you start dealing with things that go above the head, then you start dealing with clouds of deception, right? Take it from this earth. I've been doing what I do. You know what I mean? See, I've been doing what I do since '87. Let's put it that way. No, my oldest son's name is Bilal, right? It's born in '89. His name is Bilal, right? That's how long. And I grew up, right? People sleep on Delaware, but I grew up around Sunnis. I grew up around the NOI, at Noble Drew Ali, the Garveyites, right? The 5%. I grew up around it all. This ain't something I just got off the internet. Pan-Africanism, all of that. Matter of fact, this is where Marcus Garvey came and got and started the business, started his corporate business, the trading uh, business, right? The Pan African trading system they had came from Delaware. People sleep on. Matter of fact, they used to call Delaware the Garveyites, the land of the Garveyites, right? So don't get that chopped and confused. I'm not here. I don't want nothing from my peoples, but for them to rise above uh, 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 the clouds of deception. Definitely, I want you to rise above the ignorance, right? And my knowledge is free. Yeah, I got things I'm getting ready to offer, right? But it's going to be an exchange, right? And it's not going to be for foolishness. You know what I mean? It's going to be things that you can take and apply to your life, right? And get a better understanding of how to really do what you do, right? Some people act like they got it, but I've been in this long enough to know where people stand in the knowledge, right? One of the older earths returned last week. One of the oldest earths in the nation of God's and earths returned, and then one of my mother earths returned last week, right? And I'm gonna tell you what she said to me, Asia Mean, right? See, in the 136 it says, uh, did they receive gold? No, the trader left and there was no one there that could speak their language, right? So Ajmeen, I used to live in Cali. She would call me early in the morning, right? And she'd be like, "Peace, Quasia, what you doing?" She, she said, "Peace, Irv, how you doing? Peace, Quasia. Did you receive your gold? What kind of?" No, she would ask me, "What kind of gold did you receive today?" Right? So what she was asking me is, what kind of jewels? What kind of lessons did I learn? What was my experience, good or bad? And then she would say to me all the time, we would be out and about different places, right? Dealing with the nation. And she'd be like, yeah, they ain't received their gold. You could tell that one right there and get their gold. Nah, she don't have her gold. He don't have his gold, right? So what I'm saying here, a lot of people ain't only gold they got is fool gold. Fool's gold, right? They ain't really dealing with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding the way you think they are, right? Say we the ones we them conscious, them real conscious detectors, right? Nobody got time for all that Suedo and crazy. You know what I mean? I've been building with y'all for a minute, but I build on universal subjects, right? But I'm a real one with this. I've been in this long enough to see, you know what I mean, who is who, what is what they in it for, why they in it, are they really sincere about, see, because this is the thing, when you play with a lost, uh, 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 when you play with the dumb, deaf, and blind, you ain't doing nothing but, building up your own karma. It will backfire